Today I'm taking you inside my local Goodwill, actually two of them, to go thrifting for items to resell on Poshmark, as I am a full-time reseller and I definitely need things to sell. Goodwill is the main thrift store in my area, and today we'll be hitting up two different ones. So I grabbed a basket, started looking, and the first thing I found was this really cute Cozy Earth brand new with tags, little purse, but it only sells for like 10 bucks. So we left that. Then I found this wool hat. Actually, my mom found these brand new with tags from Nordstrom, but they wanted $15, which was a little crazy for those. They resell for around 20, but they wanted 15, so that was crazy. This was the first thrift find of the trip, or of the day, I guess. And you can see right here, I didn't even believe that I found it because everyone's like, oh, look out for this brand. And I finally found it. I've never found it before. It's actually Alexis. The tag looks like Alexi. It did have a little bit of like pilling and stuff, but I was able to shave that off. But you can see I was kind of assessing the situation there with the condition of it, but I did end up picking that up. This was a different brand called Time and Honey. I wasn't familiar with that. And then I stumbled upon this dress by the brand Etiquette, which I'm not too familiar with. I don't have a lot of experience selling it. I think I only have one piece in my closet right now. So I wasn't sure about this dress, but I was going to research the comps, so I just held on to it for now. I ended up finding so many amazing things this day, and I was going to do a haul, but this video would have been over 30 minutes, so I'm splitting it into part 1 and part 2. So part 1 is the Thrift With Me, and I just found a Chaser cardigan, which Chaser seems like it's all over the place, but this one it looks like will sell for $40. Then I found these cabbie pants. I've never sold cabbie, I've heard people talk about it. And then the real exciting find was these Vuari, which if you don't know this brand, you should. Joggers, and these already sold. I'm pretty sure I took like a lower offer on them, but they sold within like 2 days. This brand I was not sure about, so you can see I was kind of trying to research it. I've never sold this before. It was like an outdoor brand. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but recently I've been really into going through pants and jeans and just selling those for some reason. They've been a little bit easier for me to photograph. And I found this really nice pair of Paige jeans, which I think is one of those brands that consistently sells for between $20 to $30, maybe a little bit over for certain styles. But they did have some stains all over them, so I ended up leaving those behind. Then I found, when I went through the pants, these Eileen Fisher pants, but they ended up having this weird like fading across the front. So that ended up being a thumbs down, had to leave those behind. And next we are moving to our next thrift store. I did end up finding some more things at the other thrift store, but that will be coming in part 2 of a haul. And I actually ended up finding a pair of shoes that they resell used for over $100. I normally take crazy offers in my closet, so I don't know if they'll actually sell for over $100 in my closet, but they did in other people's closets. Then I found these jeans. These were 7 for All Mankind. They wanted $7 for them, or $8 for them, so I ended up leaving those behind. But fun fact, I actually ended up going back and picking them up in another video that will be coming soon to my channel. So be sure to subscribe if you're interested in thrifting / Poshmark stuff. Then I found these Vigos jeans. I thought these would be something because of all this embroidery detailing, but they just seemed like a basic pair of jeans. And these, I'm not sure what the brand was. I couldn't really tell, but I thought they were pretty cool with this detailing on the back there. My biggest tip if you're trying to grow your reselling business is if any piece seems like it would be an expensive piece, or you've never heard of the brand or whatever, just take a few, oh, notice this like kind of knockoff Gucci thing. Thought that was funny. Just take a couple minutes and look up each item, because you spending that time looking up the brand is going to be knowledge that in the future when you stumble upon it again, you're not going to have to look it up. So I did that with these rewash jeans. There's another brand called Redone, which is what I was confusing it with. And even now, like, I confuse brands all the time, but it's important to check those. Next thing I found, I thought these were so adorable. They're by the brand Pilcrow in the letterpress, which is now just Pilcrow. So by the way, this is Pilcrow in the letterpress, but now it's just Pilcrow. So if you find Pilcrow items, it's the newer style. But I thought those were really beautiful with the detailing on the bottom. Then I found these cute Zara jeans. They just wanted way too much for them, so ended up leaving those. And then I was really excited because I found True Religion jeans, but I had to leave them behind because they were crazy and they wanted $25 for them, and I was just not in that mood. Then I found these cute Tom's little wool booties. I thought these would sell for more for some reason, and I'm trying to stop buying shoes because I hate taking photos of them. I have my setup basically now where I can photograph things hanging up, and shoes just don't really fit the way that I have my setup the way that I like it. So I love looking at shoes and I love buying shoes, but I don't like photographing shoes. So I really should not be looking at the shoes, but instead here I am. And I don't know if you guys can see, but right there is a pair of shoes that sells for over $100 used on Poshmark, and I did end up picking those up. Those are going to be in the haul that I was talking about. I found these cute Saks Fifth Avenue shoes, and then these cute little sparkly heels. I love like the glitter type things. Then I found these espadrilles that are actually sold at Anthropologie, but they wanted 10, and I think they would have only sold for like 25 to 30, and it just was not, I wasn't feeling it. Then I found these Jack Rogers, which Jack Rogers has kind of gone down in resale value, and I definitely would not have been able to get a lot of money for these. I found these Born little sandals, but again, they wanted way too much for them. Then I found these Nike sneakers, and certain Nike sneakers will sell for a lot, and I have a pair that I purchased myself, and my mom has a pair, and these looked pretty similar, but surprisingly they were not. So check your Nike shoes, don't just assume. This is by the brand Trove, which if you're looking for clothing for yourself, you know, that would have been a good pick because it is sold at Nordstrom, or I don't know if it's Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack, but one or both of them has it. It just doesn't resell for a lot, but that was a nice piece to find. And then a Zara basic top where they wanted $10 for it. Then I found this Roller Rabbit, which if you watched my last video, I did find another Roller Rabbit piece that I ended up picking up, but this one I just wasn't feeling, so I left that one behind. Then if you guys watched my last video, you remember that piece. It's still there. Nobody's bought it yet. So I don't know what this brand was. I don't know what I was trying to show you. And then I found this. I have never found this brand. They wanted $12 for it, but I was so excited that I paid it. The brand is Ulla Johnson. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Looks like it'll sell for around $60, so I was really excited about that. Then my mom found these jeans. They're by the brand Karmar, which is extremely expensive, but for some reason I cannot sell it. It drives me nuts, so I ended up leaving those. We just had to show you because it was pretty cool. Then I was going through the tops. I found this Athleta top. Again, we had this conversation. I can't move Athleta. That was too basic of a piece for Goodwill to try and get me to pay like $8 for it. And that wasn't a stain, it was a fluff. Then I found this Vince top, which I was so excited because I've never found Vince before. And they wanted $7 for that. I found this cute little top that said good days ahead, and I thought it was so adorable, so I had to show you. But it was like a random brand, wasn't worth selling. Then I found this Lily Pulitzer top. This one was 100% silk actually, and they wanted 10. Normally the Goodwill puts their prices between like 10 at the very lowest if you're lucky, and then like $35 for Lily, like for no reason. And I found this cute little top too. I didn't know if this was a good brand. I think it was Organic Generation, but ended up being just like a cheapy brand. At the very end, I always go through my things, look them up, check the comps, and be sure to watch part 2 for the haul. Some of these were like super exciting things to find where I literally found it and I felt like I was holding like treasure, okay? If you don't know this brand, you definitely should. I flipped through it and I was like, wait a minute, did I just... Like, the thought ran back through my mind and I was like, I think that brand is like a really good brand and one of those that everybody says to like look out for. And sure enough, it was.